Okay, so here we are. We're over next to my garden box here. Really, you can plant these in any container as long as it's deep enough where your radish can grow. They grow about 2 inches below the surface. And I got a little impatient waiting for my seeds, and I planted a couple carrot seeds in the garden here, and I just accidentally picked one up, but that's what my carrot was looking like. Look at the top of that. That was my baby carrot. I accidentally pulled that one out, but I can always plant more. And I saved, you can see I've got some other little tiny sprouts coming up now that it's rained and the sun's come out. But I saved a little spot for our radishes over here on this side. And so I'm going to plant this little pot over here. And it's pretty dry, so when I dig a little hole for that, I am going to want to put some water in there and make sure that I get some water down at the bottom of it. When you plant the whole pot, you're going to need to make a pretty big hole. So I just put that in there. I'm going to make sure that I don't cover up my little sprout now because it's already worked hard to come out of the pot. So I'm just going to plant it like that where it's sticking up and make sure that I water that and keep it moist because these little pots will dry out. If it rains, great. That will make sure that it gets a lot of water. And I'm just going to put some water on the top now. Okay, so you just keep planting all of your little cups or eggshells or whatever you have. I'm going to, before I plant those, I'm going to tear up one of these. And I did just have a cup there that I'm going to tear that off. Let me put this in the, make sure I've got it in the screen. Okay, there we go. And I kind of squish it up, but it really doesn't matter. It's going to be okay. I'm going to dig another little hole next to this one and put this guy. And we'll have to watch its progress and see which one grows the best, maybe. And we can tell which pot we like to plant in the best. So there's our little egg cup. Make sure I don't put dirt on top of my plant. I don't want to. Again, he worked hard to get to the sun, and those leaves will help him grow. Let's put a little water on him or her. And now I'm gonna plant a little row of those seeds I did in the paper towel. And the fun thing about this is, because these are the roots, you don't really have to take them out of the paper towel. And we space them apart so they're each gonna have enough space. But I only want to plant one row of seeds. And I have 2 rows. Remember, I have one on this half of the paper towel, and then I had one on this half. And you could just make a little bigger row, but I am just going to put this in, and those roots are going to pop through the paper towel, and then they will send up their leaves. I really think I planted them a little too deep there, so I want to be able to just barely cover them. We're going to keep track of those also. So I have one more. This looks a little bit dry here. So I am oh, I just scared a lizard out of his hole. He was sitting there having a good old time until I came along. All right. There's all kinds of critters out in your backyard probably that you can find. All right. So just cover them a little bit. We've got those roots already growing nice and strong, so they are going to come up much quicker. We'll see how many days. So today is Friday. Let's check on them. I'll check back on them on Monday, and we'll see if we have any leaves popping up there and how our other little plants are doing in the back here. We might also see some other plants growing in our garden box, and maybe we'll be able to identify those. So really have fun with this. Plant your seeds, watch them grow. Put some in a paper towel and then check out those roots and how that plant starts to grow. and have a good time, and I'll see you next time.